Okay, this is the part where you don't talk, okay? I like this song. I think it's a hit. And just like that, we are live. It is, what is it? June the 14th, 8:01 p.m. Eastern, 5:01 p.m. Pacific. I'm Ben. This is Canucks avec Guitars. Yep. No. Yep. Sure. We'll go with that. We've got Terry's 539 Gs, or as Adam D called, Terry 3 times. And just sliding right in here. Hear the intro music. It was like an intro to a stand-up special. We should have had the camera on Tom, walking down the hall, coming through the green room, music's playing, some dude with a pencil behind his ear, like 3. And then there we are. Perfect. What's going on, gents?
Not much. I still don't have a lot of a voice.
That's okay. You got a lot of a jacket or shirt going on there.
So I was just going to say, he's like,
reminds me of
even better. Look at it. It's showing the everything behind.
You know what that reminds me of, Terry? Looney Tunes, the game show host who had the plaid jacket, but when he would move, the plaid wouldn't. Remember the plaid was so stationary? So
I remember that. That was hilarious.
And I was just like, that's gold. Man, we got quite the crowd in here already. We've got Dan of New Jersey, Jay Steen, Fruitcake Tony. Speaking of Fruitcake Tony, remember, folks, this coming Saturday, maybe one of the mods can drop a link to Fruitcake Tony's channel in the chat because he's doing, it's either the 100th show or 1 year anniversary or both. And like I said last night, Cavalcade of Stars will be appearing. Including remote feeds from Michael Anthony, David Lee Roth, Gene Simmons, Jeff Beck, and Ronnie James Dio from the Dead somehow. Tony will be playing Eruption on screen while wearing Gene Simmons boots. Not sure why that combo, but sure. So tune into that, folks. Check it out. Who else do we have in here? We got the Dogpa, Zach Thong, our Hungarian homie, Music Therapy Laz, Thunder Falcon, Cushman NYC. Now I'm back to where Tinkerbell is coming up here in a couple weeks on here. Scott Brockway, alumni of the Sunday Night Hang, along with Randy Crooks. There's Tim Thomas. Good to see Tim in here. Welcome back, my friend. Vin's RJ. Nice. Some guy named Terry 3Gs. I don't know who that is. Nope, not a clue. Charles 75N. Awesome. Stephen Douglas. Awesome. What else we got in here? I'm going to scroll back. Now we get into the pre-gamers. Who was here early? Oh, yeah. The usual suspects. Oh, there's Paul McNary. I had a feeling. Nice. EC Painter from Emporia. Right. Yes. My boy Clint's hometown. We're not talking Clint Black. Wonder what he's up to tonight. We should get him on for a show. James Pava. Scott Brockway, no apologies needed. It was a fun time last night. Blackjack Guitar.
Welcome. And there's the link to Fruitcake Tony's channel for his
awesome sauce
celebration.
Oh, looks like someone... hang on. There's a pick. Now I just need a guitar. Oh, let's go with what does Laszlo like? You know what? Maybe? Sure? No? Yeah. Well, this one's right here. The What's the Gang?
I'll tell you this while you get that out, Ben. So I go to my doctor's today.
Yes.
And I tell them that I've been having issues since I got a COVID shot. And the woman goes, you need to leave my office. You need to leave the office now because you could have COVID. I went, I had a COVID test a month ago and it was negative. And I got sick from getting the vaccine. Are you putting together what I'm telling you?
Oh my gosh.
She didn't get it.
No.
Oh Lord.
So I don't know if that came through, Laz, but there you go.
It says your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
There you go. Copyright and all that. And there we go. All right.
Copyright Beatles trademark.
And we did it with the OG LPD pick,
Nice.
which shows they do last.
I wonder if I have one of those.
What do we got over here? Master 8? Of course we do. And, one of those custom
That would be
pedal to the metal.
Nice.
From my third favorite Miller, Steve, Roy.
I didn't even pull this one out. I got to pull this one out.
What?
And use
Not Bernie Miller? Oh my god, that's funny.
It's a see-through sticker.
That's awesome.
It can make you disappear, see?
Yeah, it's a good way to hide your face.
There we go. I'll do the rest of the
I have the
night.
technology to do that. Nice.
I'll have to put that one on some.
Okay, Tony asked Tom, was her name Karen? Yes. Okay. So Laz is thinking of streaming all day, I assume tomorrow, while organizing a studio room. It's a lifelong dream and project or both. He knows.
That would be a cool screen.
And just in case Lawrence is lurking, I'm not allowed to show this pedal off on screen. You missed that one, Tommy, last night.
Oh, I thought I was on the couch.
Okay. Yeah.
He showed this one, but he showed the other side of it.
Yeah, and then mentioned it as well. It's great to boost into.
I'll just show you, like that's
now
what he showed.
Now I feel left out because I don't have a silver unmarked pedal box.
Yeah,
I'm going to go one further.
Yep, that's the one.
This one,
this
is
one,
the
right?
one we're not allowed to show.
This one. Yep. That's it.
Yep. Okay. We can.
Not
It's due out in 6 weeks, folks.
Confused with that one.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was looking down my delay. The LPD logo's in the exact same spot too.
I'm telling you though, man, this is still one of the best. This is the secret weapon, man. That it's kind of like if you were going to a party with your friends and it was going to be a good party, but then you bought your smoking hot like new girlfriend with you. It just makes the party better.
Okay, so Scott's asking, it's the vermin, isn't it?
Canadian girlfriend?
Well, let's see. Is it the vermin? Nope.
Wait. Oh no, it's not.
Nope.
It's not. No, see, that's what the vermin looks like. It's not.
No, it isn't.
That's the VR.
Oh, that's the other. That's the real vermin.
This is the. And I don't know if you heard last night there, Tom. In the works is a vermin stacked.
I missed that part. I fell asleep. I was watching you on the couch, and then I fell asleep.
So double vermin.
I fell asleep right at. Let me think where you guys were. Someone said they wanted a 68/74 pedal, and then Uneffing Bleepable held up his 68 stacked and put it next to a 74 and was like, "There you go." But that's when I fell asleep. I don't know what time that was.
And then chaos ensued. Yeah, then we cornered him about the phaser.
Oh, as I was drifting off, I heard some argument about what the 4 knobs were going to be, and someone.
Well, yeah,
like,
because Unbelievable. We got into a text thread the other while back, and he wanted a distortion and a phaser in the same pedal.
That's where I was
like,
asleep.
We already got lots of dirt by Lawrence. Like dirt by Lawrence. Hey, Michael B. I think they said hi to him already. Never hurts to say hi twice.
I heard something about a black and gold Smoking the Bandit. Like was that a Phoenix Fuzz?
Yeah, Phoenix Fuzz. I want to do that way. Scott Brockway says I still want a JCM 800 pedal. Yeah, that's the green channel of the 87 is a JCM 800.
That's what I was just going to say.
That was my first real amp, was a JCM 800. Maybe that's why I love that green channel so much.
Oh, with the bright switch off.
Yeah.
Because then it's just Malcolm.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm starting to wonder if
Terry's like, damn it, I got to get an 87.
No, I was just going to say I'm starting to wonder if Lawrence is actually kind of regretting being around a bunch of us because we're all like, Lawrence, you need to do this. Lawrence, you need to do that.
Well,
Lawrence, you need to do this.
If we throw 20 ideas at him and one of them is a hit, hey.
Well, yeah.
You know?
But, I mean, it makes you wonder, though, because he's self-building and then he has to build all the stuff usually on his own. So, I mean, for him to have people like, you can build this for me, and it's like, yeah, I could. Except I got to build like my production pedals.
Well, that's what
I know I'm throwing Chris under the bus, but he had said, he goes, yeah, I got a couple homemade pedals by Lawrence. All of our pedals from Lawrence are homemade. Yeah, I forgot to mention that line. I'm like, they're all homemade.
Yep.
Yeah, for the most part.
Oh, wait. Randy Crook said he's gassing for a Dark Side by Keeley.
They are nice.
So I was gassing for one a while ago, but so I had to go for this instead.
Oh, you got a dank side, you lucky bastard.
Side.
I got one of 50.
Wow,
I saw the email and I went online within like 6 seconds. I think there was 8 left and I got one.
I did order a set of pink knobs for my 87 Deluxe.
Nice.
Lawrence now has one set left, folks, for your 87 Deluxe.
Oh, there you go. Scott Brockway said, I'll make you something, Ben. What do you want?
Clear with pink knobs, right?
There we go. That's a good one, Scott. That's a good question. Just not a fuzz. Something dirty is nice. I love modulation. I love phases, choruses, flangers. Oh my! I dig it all.
He'd like something red hair, 36,
an octave down,
46.
Octave ups. Everybody makes octave ups. I have no use for an octave up. It's just I find it annoying, personally. Octave downs though. I dig octave downs. They can be an always on for me. Let's try to get one of those. Yeah. I think you meant Steve from Boston, not Steve. Well, he could be an SOB at times, but no, I kid.
I think that, I couldn't tell at first. That's what I thought too.
Scott says, hey, I'm single, but Ben isn't my type. Fine. Tinkerbell says, I'm gassing for a new amp head and speaker cabinet, maybe a Marshall 1960B. Always go with the B if you can. Plus, it's so easy to turn into a full stack because A's are given away. You can find the used A cabs everywhere. Or unless you want to do it on cheap, just get any used A cab.
I was just going to say, isn't the B the straight?
Mm-hmm.
And the A is the slant?
Yeah. And the B is better tonally, in theory. Eddie Van Haskell?
More, what do you call it? Foot of air. More, what do they call it? CFM.
More air movement.
Yeah.
Get a JJ Jr. Oh, I'd love to have a JJ Jr. Love.
And don't listen to certain reviewers that go online and don't know anything about them and say that they're crap.
Oh, there was a rant about that during Pete Thorne's show.
I know the guy he's talking about. I'm not going to mention him, but that guy always does that.
I'd never heard of him. That's the funny part.
All I'm going to say is he's an English guy, which, that doesn't tell you much.
Okay. You're talking about the dude who ran
he slags an amp and then gives it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Who slags the product and then gives it an 8 out of 10? Clickbait, crap, whatever.
Yeah, he's a big hypocrite because he's opposed to supporting Chinese product, but then again, what does he bring in and review? Stuff produced by China.
Well, he reviews all kinds of digital gear. Where do you think all of that's made?
Yeah.
Very, there is some stuff like made in Germany and other places.
We have breaking news.
What's that?
Which explains why he isn't in the chat. Well, I'll just okay. This is the message. Garden update. You can show this picture 34 inches and it's mid-June. Can you fucking imagine October?
Oh, dude, I'm so jealous. I already know what it is. I'm so jealous.
Then he says these are for your eyes only. Okay, I guess he's sending something else, but this one we show off. Oh, well, there we are.
Wow. I got to move to Canada, man.
Hey, Rob Baker of New Jersey.
Hey, Rob Baker, New Jersey.
And then I don't know if it'll focus in, but we can get the actual tail of the tape.
Looks like a sativa.
Holy jeez. Those are some big bugs.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
And what,
Christmas
trees. How many days or weeks is that into cycle?
I don't know. It was cold a month ago.
That's going to be a huge plant if it's that big already then. Does he start them indoors, do you know?
Nope. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. I don't ask. Don't ask, don't tell. He just, Yep, those will be fun. That'll be the Harvest Show. Speaking of shows, coming up this Sunday, we will be doing the Father's Day special, health willing.
Awesome.
Dad's been adjusting his meds, so he doesn't have the energy that he did even a few weeks ago, which wasn't a lot. But so we shall see. So he says it's on the schedule. That's what the scheduled programming is. So, hey, Caribou Country Outdoors. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so that's some good maple syrup, Todd. Yeah, so hopefully we won't be broadcasting from here. I'm going to be doing it in another part of the house because stairs and stuff. So, yeah. So that's going to be fun. So get your questions ready. You got a week to prepare. It's going to be a little bit different show as usual. A little more, laid back, talk family.
Hey, from your new mobile studio.
You mean at the one that it's placed at the corner of Walk and Don't Walk?
Yeah.
Always thought that was the best opening ever. Broadcasting live from the Fan 590 studios at the corner of Walk and Don't Walk. Yep. 8 to 10 weeks after equinox, depending on the strain. Thank you, Broke. Broke effects. It's like broke as fuck, but it's broke as effects. I love it. No, unfortunately, Blackjack guitar, he doesn't play anymore. And that's one of the things, the medication we're working on is to help with his tremors, which have got worse over the last few months to a year, to the point where there's not much he can do. So, it's like that.
Welcome, Guitar Man 45. And
Guitar Man 45 and Symmetry. Hey, there's Mayhem.
You need to get them. Have you seen the coffee mugs that have a gyroscope into them built in? So if you have it kind of shaking.
He uses the travel mug.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was going to say they have those. I know someone whose dad got that. Because they were shaking so much, but it's a gyroscope and it balances. They showed a guy moving his hand this much and none of it's spilling because it sits and it oscillates underneath it. It's basically two pieces inside of each other. So this takes all the movement on the outside.
I might have to look into that.
I actually remember seeing a video of that, and that guy was really, really moving. His hand.
They develop for people with any sort of condition where it causes you to shake uncontrollably.
Yeah.
Scott, am I a fan of the MXR Distortion Plus? I've owned a couple of them, but I don't know why I'm grabbing a guitar, because I feel like holding a guitar. I'm curious, because I wouldn't mind trying that into one of Lawrence's pedals, stacking, because I don't like it on its own. A gimbal cup.
That's what I was going to say. I saw that. Yeah. The gimbal cup, perfect.
Well, as long as it's not a gimp cup. While we're speaking of guitar pedals, Can I say again how much I am shocked by the mod tone flex torsion?
Well, no. Why don't you tell us, Terry? You're like, I just
by
did.
the mod tone flex torsion. No, but lately, like, when I got that bunch of pedals from, who was it now that sent me a bunch of those mod tone pedals? The flex torsion was, I had that. I had a metal one I think I sent to you. And I still got the distortion pedal, which you also got from somebody else. But this flex distortion pedal, like, normally I like the sound of how my fuzz pedals sound. But this flex distortion pedal, for some reason, every time I put it on, it just has a nice tone to it. Like, it's got enough gain to hit high gain, but it's not like breaking up kind of gain. It's right there. And like, so like I was saying to myself, like, that would be an awesome pedal for people to find on the used market if you could find them for dirt cheap.
Scott was just saying he's been looking to get into the mod tone pedals. Yeah, check them out. And hello to Mitch Heyman. Yeah, I still have up there, what do we got? The Buzz Boy, the High Gainer, and the Aqua Chorus Dos. Because I got rid of the original Aqua Chorus to Travis at Reno Fin. Speaking of which, if you haven't already, check out, you're good at finding channels, Terry. Reno Fin has a YouTube channel now with a couple of videos on it.
Oh.
And the first video was how to make a pickup, I believe.
Nice.
And now, and the next one he just put out was part 1 of making a neck. So definitely check out and support our boy Travis over at Reno Fin Custom Guitars. Speaking of which, let's mention the channel sponsors.
There you go. I was just his 9th subscriber.
Nice. There we are. Thank you to LPD Pedals. Lawrence was on last night. If you haven't already, check out the replay. Reno Fin Custom Guitars. Travis got a new YouTube channel. Perfect. Which I noticed. I think the cover photo is my signature guitar on his channel.
Actually, I believe it is.
Tesi Switch. Coupon code Canucks. Save 15%, including you, Laz. Use the coupon code and you're on your next Tesi order. I think you might have missed using it already.
Terry, you and I did that at the same exact time.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry, dude. Sorry.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Sorry, dude. I didn't mean that.
Our buddy Adam over at fu-tone.com for all your locking trim upgrades and all kinds of stuff. They got all kinds of cool stuff there.
Well, Ben, at least you know we're both on top of it, right?
Vibraprint, custom printing needs. Coupon code Canuck, not plural. I think you save 10% on that. Right. Who I believe is also doing, I think if you email Brad Miller, I think these might be actually done by Vibraprint. Just saying. Oh, wow. Just saying, because I know,
very cool.
You know, Brad asked me about Vibraprint, and then Tim says, you know this Brad Miller dude? I'm like, yeah, he's a cool cat. And he said, all right. So I think he hooked him up with a deal or something. Who else do we have there? Of course, our preferred American retailers, Flipside Music, Ike Dillon, and many others that work there, whose names all escape me. Get Well Ike. He was under the weather earlier this weekend. Dillon and that nice gentleman that co-hosted instead of Ike. Can't remember his name. Josh? Joss? I don't know.
I think
Joe?
it was Josh.
Hope it's Josh. Josh? You know, Josh isn't really aware of me, just going to say it, because Dylan commented in the videos. You know, Dylan's like, I've been falling behind on Ben's content. I got to check that out. And Josh didn't say a word whether he's up to speed or not. So I'm guessing his speed is neutral.
And by the way, no pressure to go and subscribe to Reno Fin, just because me and Tom put it out at the same time. Just wanted to put that out there and make that clear.
Hey, Janice is here. I assume I'm seeing people say hi. Oh, there she is. Whoops, I dozed off, missed the beginning. Quite all right. Zach Thong says Taylor Guitar should send Ben an 814 CE. Not sure what it is, but I'll take it. BC Rich 581's here, asking how Tom's doing.
I'll take an 814, man. They're gorgeous.
Nice. Nice. Robot Master Switch. Nice. Ooh, Randy Crooks asks to the crowd, the panel, if you will.
Yeah.
As of today, Monday, starting after last week's show, going forward to tonight's show, what are the 3 guitars you played the most?
Yeah. In my case, it's only been the one, which is the one I used on the demo earlier, which is the basically parts caster made in Mexico Stratocaster.
Well, technically, I played this a bit.
Played anything else other than that?
Yeah, I think I might have played this a bit, but I don't think so. I don't know. I might have. Did earlier, obviously. But other than that, and possibly sitting here noodling before a show or something, because obviously that one's right there. But no, I'm still on my second honeymoon, guys. I'm still playing Jay the most.
Yeah.
You got divorced and remarried, right?
And the funny part about this one is I've been playing this thing in the middle position almost exclusively, and I never do that. But yeah, great. It's just because the bridge pickup is a touch thin, and I think I got to raise it a hair because it is down compared to the neck a bit, but the neck is nice and full and then together. Woo.
Just gives you a little bit more clarity.
Too. It's all covered in all kinds of schmutz still. Looks speckled. But yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, it's not that bright a burst. Adjust your contrast there, webcam. That's better.
No, it's actually one of the nicer kind of low-end cherry bursts.
Yeah, it's actually pretty red. Like,
yeah.
I find like it looks a little too red washed out there, but it was a little too dark there. Yeah, it's not that bright. It is a little dark. It is a little more cherry.
Yeah. It's not that.
And see, that's coming out much lighter too.
Some people are not.
That is like bright red, and it looks brown on camera, but this is red, like cherry red.
Now, is it super bright? Like the front of it, what I'm seeing is making it look almost like a clown burst. Like
yeah,
super
it's not
yellow and super red.
No.
I figured it was just the camera.
I think it's just the camera or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll just take a quick photo. Now, I'm going to just send this to you, Tom.
All right.
Like, if you've seen my Jack and Danny brothers, you'd know what a clown burst would look like, because that's literally what it was.
Well, go ahead and send it to him, why don't you? Anytime. Anytime. What's up, Milt? Maurice?
Photos.
There we go. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks nice, man.
Yeah.
I would call that more of a...
It is a thin veneer, but you do see a bit of...
It's closer to like just a traditional sunburst, or like maybe even leaning towards a bourbon burst a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little lighter than your dark cherry 59. It's a little lighter than that. And yeah, there is a little bit of movement, but it is a thin veneer.
I wish
photo top.
I wish people could be seeing here what I'm seeing, because it's still not. It's not gonna. That looks super bright too. Once I put it on camera.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look anything like that.
Let's turn off this light and see what happens.
That's
a little better.
Yeah.
A little
closer.
Yeah.
That's a super nice piece of rosewood they use on that fingerboard too.
Yeah, yeah. Really dark.
Old piece. Yeah, really dark old piece.
Boner Jams. What's good, guys?
What's up, Boner?
Terry looks like he's wearing wings with that dope shirt. Ben Thomas, looking good, man. Ben, what can I say? Super handsome. Well, you know what? We're going to celebrate on that. I got to play him a little saxophone solo.
Oh, nice. Oh.
There we go, Tom. I sent you the picture of what I was saying, the Jack and Danny Brothers LS 500 sample I had. Looking clown bursty.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, it was not bad guitar.
Oh yeah, and I should say it is live Q&A. So any questions? Ask.
Hey, why'd they make you get so dressed up, Terry? I'm just kidding.
I don't know. It's just something I did at the time to try on my old suit I had for my friend's wedding way back in the day.
It looks good though because it makes the guitar really stand out.
Yeah.
That's a nice guitar, man.
And hello,
Nice. I got to shoot a video tomorrow. I am debating. I might actually go out to a store tomorrow and shoot a video. What a concept!
I know, right? Actually going out somewhere.
Oh, it feels weird. That's why I haven't done it yet. And plus, it's been crazy busy everywhere. So.
Well, that's interesting. Dogpa and Scott are talking about fret jobs and the prices that they got quoted recently. That's pretty pricey.
Yep. Now, are they talking about for regular stainless steel? Because that's a big difference.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. If you're talking stainless steel,
you're basically buying the guy a whole new set of files. So.
Unless he's got diamond files.
Yeah, I mean,
which, hell, Amazon sells diamond files. Diamonds fall off the files, but they sell them. It is stainless steel. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, because I have two sets of jeweler's files. One are diamond and one are just your regular metal files.
Yeah, a lot of times, unless you're really attached to a neck, you're cheaper just to get a new neck.
Yeah.
And don't think that's like the amateur thing to do. That's what Eddie Van Halen used to do, man. They didn't have time for it, so he just put a new neck on.
What is the strain of the day? Blue Venom tonight.
Oh. I forgot to tell you what it is for me, Ben.
Well, you got the good stuff.
You ready?
I'm ready. Oh, look at that. I know that.
Pineapple Express.
Damn straight.
Jeez.
31%.
Wow. Hey,
uh-oh. Adam, give me a new one.
Look how big these things are, man.
Yeah, Terry three-way. Oh my god.
It's good stuff, man.
That would be wishful thinking on my part.
You don't want to know though what it costs down here, Ben. I hate to think how much cheaper it would be.
Hey,
okay.
Caleb.
I hate to think how much cheaper it would be, like for you up there.
Caleb in the house.
I can't even say it with my voice. Nerd Halen. Like
Nerd Halen.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Everywhere I went today, they're like, "Sir, can you speak up?" And I was like, "No, actually, I can't speak up. I can't." And they'd be like, "Sir, we can't hear you." And I'd be like, "What do you want me to do?" There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
House of Strombo?
What is that?
Oh, George Stroumboulopoulos.
I was just going to say, is that who he's talking about?
Not to be confused with George Stephanopoulos, American. George Stroumboulopoulos started out on Much Music, doing Much News as a cameraman, then got in front of the camera, sort of like Master T, same deal. Amazing how it happens. That's Canada. And then he hosted some shows on Much Music, then ended up over on the CBC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where he had a variety of shows. He had the show The Hour. Was he one of the original hosts of the Q show, Terry, maybe? Because I think he had, and House of Strombo was on CBC Radio as well, I remember.
Yeah.
All I know is I went right to his website or his YouTube to check it out from his YouTube, and man, he's got like the who's who of like alternative punk and then alternative pop kind of. He's got everyone from
on his show, he would interview like everybody.
Yeah,
Hockey and
Canada host.
That's awesome. I'll check it out.
Yeah, he's actually in regards.
He's kind of like Canada's token Gen Xer that is huge, in media.
Yeah, and one of the things that he's done really well over the years is he's a good interviewer, and he hasn't necessarily put himself in one genre. He is able to do sports, music, entertainment, and make all his interviews with those
political figures.
Well. Yep.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm thinking who you would compare him to. because he was doing it so much younger than, like
that's just it.
everyone else.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone US wise that would be comparable.
Well, maybe Jon Stewart. Come to think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to Jon Stewart.
And plus, because they both do a lot of charitable stuff too. That was one thing with Strombo I found. Every time I watch him, I felt worse as a person because I'm like, God, I need to be doing more in life. He's out there like saving trees and babies, and I don't know what he's, it's just. And he spent some time down here too. I remember because he used to go to the bike school at Shannonville. As I was watching an episode of The Hour, he's like, "Yeah, I spent the weekend at Shannonville." I'm like, "Really? That's like right over there."
Broken Effects. I like what he puts here in the side chat. What do you think they did before Stu Mac and the internet? All these fancy tools are pretty recent.
Catalogs. Before the internet websites, you had catalogs.
Made me remember Erica M too.
There you go. Scott Brockway said they made their own tools or had a machinist make them.
Yeah.
Erica M is now writing children's books.
Really?
Yep. She's been doing that for a long time. Hey, the Chad.
Yeah, hey, the Chad.
Other alumni, Much Music alumni. Why not? Because it's Canada. Steve Anthony now lives about 20 minutes south of me. He lives over in the county.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's kind of fallen off the map.
No, he was doing like breakfast TV or something up until recently, or on one of the networks. He was doing a breakfast show, morning show, network morning. Let me think. Obviously, John Roberts, formerly known as J.D. Roberts, used to have long hair, leather jacket, hosted their metal show. He's now White House correspondent for Fox News.
Really?
Yeah, but he's like one of the, not to get political, he's actually one of the few legit news people that work for that network. Just saying. Like, he's legit.
There was an MTV VJ named Kennedy that I think she works for like Fox News or something like that in the US.
John Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought that was odd.
I think Michael Williams, who was host of Soul in the City, he's still in and around Toronto. He does. What's he up to? He was hosting like a Soul in the City club night type thing at a club in Toronto, and a few other things. He's pretty cool. Who else?
Hey, Papa Blue.
It's so funny because this is green. Well, I don't know because I'm colorblind. Does this appear blue or green on the screen?
Looks blue to me, but I'm colorblind too. So what do I know?
So this is green, and it appears blue on the screen. My eyes are also green, and my eyes don't look the color they normally are.
No, they look pretty red.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why, because I haven't had any substances yet today, so they shouldn't look anything, but they're always red. But I mean, they don't look the same color they normally
Adam
are.
D
Look
says
like blue corn chips.
yes.
Yeah. The corn chips are not the right color either. Look, they're blue. I don't know what happened to them.
Adam D says Tom Green's on YouTube now, and it's amazing. Yes, Tom Green's always been well ahead of the curve on the internet thing, but he's actually back in Ottawa for the last couple of weeks.
I used to watch him all the time.
Well, he's been living in a van the last all year, right? So he was tripping around the desert in his van, then goes back home to LA, and then he's back in the van, and then now he's in Ottawa. And he's been doing, ironically enough, recreating a few of his old Tom Green show sketches.
I was just going to say, did you see the Tom Green show when he had the singer from Jackal on, and the guy literally chainsawed his desk, and he was visibly pissed. He was like, normally you don't hear it that much, but like when he gets angry, his accent gets like a thicker Canadian accent. And he was like, "Oh no, I'm not joking. I am pissed." And the guy's like, "All right, man, it was just a joke. I got money. We'll pay for it." And he goes, "Well, that's nice. You come on my show and you destroy property." Like
I ended up recently finding out about Tom Green's channel through Steve-O's podcasts
Oh, because of his
Steve-O's
band.
YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
I watched that.
And
I've been following Tom Green. I don't know.
Oh, I've been
Early
following him since
90s?
I was like in high school. Yeah.
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 Like I would have been just out of high school, like because it was.
When he was on
I
that
wonder if they
cruise ship
carried,
and he's like
YTV
carrying the big
picked
fish
up his
around.
cable access show. Like
Yeah.
YTV was showing it late night or something like that around 1992, 93.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh yeah. I mean, I'm like, yeah, he reminds me of several of my friends. Ottawa boy.
It's still funny though to know from the Steve-O interview with him that
Yep.
their
Tom-
mothers
Tom
actually
got
went to
big
school
in the
in
90s.
Barrie.
That was the thing. I suppose I should look. Do we have any music questions, guitar questions?
Well, we had the one about the guitars. Tom didn't finish answering it.
Oh,
Oh,
3 guitars.
yeah. What are you
If
playing?
you played 3.
probably that and those two on the end, which I don't, you probably can't see it. The one that looks clear. Yeah, let's see. That one that looks clear right there. It's actually green. This one, hold on.
My guitar is out of tune
This one.
to the
So it's
point
not that
where
color.
it's even out of tune for me.
And what else? Probably those two and probably this. Axis.
Nice. That's funny. Papa Blue mentions this. How about the greatest handyman in Canada? Red, green, duct tape, lol. Well, the funniest part of all is, if I remember correctly, he might be the most famous handyman in Canada, but he's actually an American.
Who's that?
What?
Red,
Oh, the blonde
sure?
dude.
as far as I'm
I gotta look that
he's-
shit up, Terry, because
I
that's a
thought he was
bold
Canadian.
statement on a Canucks show.
Is it the blonde haired guy that's got the blonde flat top?
No, the guy who plays
who's the
Red
guy-
Green himself.
Oh, who's the guy that used to do the show in the United States?
Steve
But I think
Smith.
he was a Canadian guy, but they shut his
Well, it
show
comes
down.
up as Canadian actor. No, born in Toronto, Terry.
Oh,
So the guy I'm
That's
thinking
weird.
of is the guy that used to go back and fix. I think it's called Homes on Homes or something. Last
Yeah,
name was Holmes.
he's from the city. Yeah, he's from Pickering, Oshawa area.
yeah,
yeah.
he's legitimate. His daughter got into the business.
That's who we're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know that guy.
Steve Smith, I think it was.
Yeah, he floated that show around on so many damn networks, like
Yeah.
YTV again, CTV, Global, and CBC, as well as simulcast in the US, mostly on PBS.
Wow.
So yeah, he hit literally every platform outside of Much Music and City. The same thing. Yeah, I remember he started that character on his old show he did with his wife. It was a variety show where they did music and then sketches as well, Smith and Smith.
Yeah.
That's where he also did
Where's
Mr. Canoe Head, which was literally, when you carry a canoe, Tom, you look like you're wearing a canoe. So it was Mr. Canoe Head. So it was just a guy that had a canoe for a head.
Oh God, that
Because,
sketch was so
really
hilarious.
reaching as a Canadian there to come up with a new character.
Oh, we'd like to have you over, Mr. Canoehead. I'd like to, but I kind of have a problem coming over. And then you'd see him, he'd be going, he'd turn his head, and it's the canoe on his head, and he'd be going bang, and he couldn't get in the doorway because of the canoe on his head.
That's good.
Oh, it's classic. I really don't recommend looking it up, but it's classic. What string am I tuning? G, right. There we go. Yeah, don't go sharp. There.
By the way, to the refretting question, I can give a little bit of information about this. If you actually are willing to do it yourself, it really isn't that expensive if you have some of the stuff. Because the most inexpensive thing, believe it or not, in a refret is the frets themselves. The tools are the most expensive thing and your time. The frets themselves you can get anywhere between $20 to $30 depending on if you're going a regular nickel type or if you're going stainless steel. If you're going stainless steel and Evo style frets, you're looking in the $30 to $40 range. If you're looking for basic nickel style frets, they're around $20 to $27.
What's Evo? Is that gold or hypoallergenic or both?
Evo is considered hypoallergenic.
Is it the gold ones?
Yes.
He's here.
My sister has that problem.
Last night's guest,
Can't wear jewelry.
LPD, has arrived.
Oh, jeez.
Lawrence, we have been continuously showing off this pedal tonight.
But only the back.
And that we have been doing this a few times. Just saying. We've been
Lawrence,
we've been
you're leaving
previewing
me
it.
out of this. I know.
We're not showing her though with all her clothes off, right, Ben? We only showed the backside naked, right, Ben?
That's right. Just a little tush.
Yeah, I just realized I might not be able to actually afford a full Lawrence Petros pedal, but maybe I could afford at least the housing for one.
I can afford the knobs. Well, 3 of them.
So I could like glue the knobs into place and hey, here's my LPD pedal.
Just get a faceplate.
Yeah.
What did I do with the vermin faceplate? Oh, there it is. There. It's a very thin pedal, as you can see.
Yeah. It exists in another
It's
parallel
one
universe.
of them pedals from the future.
Can you imagine if there was a great sounding pedal, but it was only about this thick and it was like a little flimsy plasticky credit card? I think you'd have the toughest time selling it just because people are so hooked on the aesthetics of what a pedal should be. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, Papa Blue. And that's a really good deal, too, on those Berettas.
Ooh, what? Hang on. Papa Blue got a Kramer Beretta special. Nice. Yeah, do all the fun stuff to her. It's wafer thin. Exactly, Cushman. It's a wafer thin.
I was watching someone build a guitar today, but I have like a slight problem with it. So it was like this great guitar build off thing that they sent all these YouTubers kits to build. And I'm like, the one I watched, I get it. And it was a decent guitar, but let me just say it was a woodworker building a guitar. It wasn't a guitar builder. And to me, that was a little disappointing because I thought there was other guitar builders you could have sent it to, but then maybe they just said, no, I don't have time or I don't want to do it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like some of them, for example, like Brad Angrove, he works on, builds, paints guitars all the time. That makes sense to me. But this other person I'm talking about who they sent it to, they don't build guitars. They build like furniture. You know what I mean? So there's certain choices they made on a guitar that I'm like, yeah, guitar players are going to hate that. You know what I mean? But to them, they probably had no idea. Like if I was building a drum set, I'd have no idea like how a drummer would actually want something. I'd just be following like, following the steps.
It still would be interesting to see what they do.
It was interesting to see what they do, but to me, it came out more like an art project and less like a guitar someone would actually play.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
It was interesting to watch anyway, though. It was like ASMR, just watching them build it, But,
you got a purple Beretta, no less. Dang.
Nice. You said they had a few. You and friend had a few.
So yeah, kind of getting back to like what I was saying about doing the refretting thing yourself. The frets themselves are the cheapest thing to buy, whether you buy them pre-cut and pre-bent or if you actually buy them in a roll. It's the tools that you need for the actually cut the fret, file the fret, shape the fret, Those are all the expensive things, like a front press. If you want to go to that extreme, a front press. Well, even like what Ben got recently, a fret hammer, still isn't exactly cheap either.
Oh, is it the little, like it's got a soft rubber end on it?
It's got rubber mallet on one end, acrylic.
Copper or whatever on the other end.
I know, yeah, plastic. It's plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, also with the price mine, yeah, and I got it. It wasn't this big. It was this big. I was like, yeah. I can still beat the shit out of it with stuff with it. So works for me.
Yes, as Papa Blue said, the bent pre-cut frets are an awesome deal. Dunlop. Any time that I've actually bought my pre-cut and bent frets has actually been from Philadelphia Luthiers through their eBay store. They're a very, like when you talk about StewMac and how everybody hates them because of their pricing and whatnot, you would look at Philadelphia Luthiers and saying, you know, oh my God, this is like shopping at like a Dollar Tree for like guitar stuff compared to StewMac. But all the stuff at Philadelphia Luthier is the same quality level as what you get at StewMac, except for about maybe a third less of the price, or maybe even half in some instances.
Wow.
The only thing I don't think that Philadelphia Luthier does is guitar bodies. But if you want to build pickups, buy pickups, you know, everything else hardware-wise, electric-wise, they have it.
I'll have to look that up. I've never heard of them.
They sound local to you, Tom, ironically enough.
They do sound like that, so I'm going to Google it.
Yeah, see, BC Rich says their Philadelphia Luthier supply is a great source for parts. Exactly.
Let's see. Oh, it's a violin shop. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's not too far. They do in-store pickup, too.
Free shipping in the U.S. above a minimum order limit. Yes. That's what I said. Like when
shipping will be 100% free.
Yeah.
Oh, they have Jetstar and they've got Syntoms and cool.
Yeah, that's just it. They got a lot of the good brand name stuff too.
They have.
So what you're saying is, if I see something on there I want, Tom, I'll just have you pick it up.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper and then
ship it up through
the mail.
USPS, not
probably
UPS.
Well, yeah.
Especially like if they put it in any kind of a packaging, you just rip it out of the package and repackage it so it does look like a. What? No, we're not committing mail fraud internationally.
Which are the bad ones? Is it USPS or is it the private ones?
I won't use any third party courier.
No, so it's better to send it U.S. Postal Service. That's what you're saying?
Everything, always.
Yes.
Especially within North America.
Yes. Yeah, I always send mine Postal Service unless it's something that won't allow you to. Like if they're paying for it and I got to send something back to like the Jungle website or something, and then I'm like,
then whatever.
That's your choice, man. You can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna. But yeah, I find those two third-party services overpriced and unreliable, and specifically the problems that you had. That's just blackmail. It's not even.
Hey, Sandra, and thank
I don't even see how that's legal.
Yes, please like, share, subscribe.
Excuse me. I will have to definitely check them out though, because that's not too far from me at all.
No, and you get good stuff there, really good stuff. That's why I said like I was willing to pay the conversion rate to get stuff from there because the pricing was that close to. Well, not only was it that close to what it was in Canadian, but it was also better quality stuff than what was available in Canada at the time. Now with Solo Music and what they've been doing, they've actually put themselves into a position where I'd say they're like a Canadian version of Philadelphia.
Like, for example, what you're talking about, like pre-radius, and these are the more expensive, the stainless steel frets. Pre-radius full set is like $12 to $15.
Yeah.
It's much cheaper.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like I said, if you have the ability to do that, you know, you save a whole lot of money if you want to convert a neck that you really, really like to stainless steel if you want a longer lasting fret. Otherwise, if you go with a regular nickel fret, they're like uber cheap and you can like just pull and reinsert them just like however many times you want.
Yeah.
I just want to touch on, I saw a bunch of chatter with Janice working on a thing, issue she's got there. And it's like, well, what are you working on? Because I'm like, check out Dave's World of Fun Stuff. Great channel. Check out Phil McKnight. Another great channel. They don't like each other, but we're not getting into that. But it turns out Fret Sprout. I got a video on that. Folks, don't be recommended that. This is my show. Normally I don't say that. Because they're friends. Dave's a friend. Phil's a friend. I don't mind that or anything. I'm not getting that one. But I'm like, hey, I did a video on that, and it was actually kind of popular, in fact. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, they have.
I know about Fret Sprout. I did that Fret Sprout video.
The nickel silver frets across the board for a full set pre-radius is like $8 to $10, depending what size and thickness.
Yeah,
I was going to say too. The interesting thing, we were talking about tools earlier. For stainless or not.
Yeah,
I used my same Fret Guru file for nickel frets or stainless. I've used it for doing fret ends. Just don't abuse it. Just let it do the work.
Crazy.
It is unfucking believable. Yeah, you're late. We got about 5 minutes. Well, maybe we'll do a little overtime just for you, buddy.
Yeah, well, like Mike Jones was saying about using the hammer. Yeah, well, still the inherent problem is you still got to pay a decent amount for the hammer. You can't just normally press it in otherwise.
I think Janice was asking for the name of the video. I think it's if you just do a search for my name and Fret Sprout.
Let's see what we got.
Gotta remember how to spell Sprout. Perfect.
Fret Sprout and how to fix it. I got it.
That's it. 4 months ago. Wow, 1,200 views. Nice.
I mean, and also when we're talking about these prices on parts and tools, again, the biggest advantage of someone being in the U.S. is you have great prices on that stuff, like what you just said, Tom, about how much it is for stainless steel frets.
Yeah.
Like up here, we look at that and it has to be like it's usually in the mid 30s to early 40s.
Wow.
Hey, Jasco.
Hey, Jasco.
Symmetry asks, Ben, do a complete refret for us, please. I would love to watch that. Getting the old frets out would be, depending on the fretboard type, wouldn't be too bad. I don't have the tools to do it. I don't have any nippers. I don't have the proper to pull out. I don't have the proper to cut off the ends, which is kind of the same one. I don't own a crowning file.
Hey, Jessica.
I don't have a fret level, which I don't need because I gotta. Here's you don't need a level beam, folks. If you own a level, a yardstick level, there you go. There's your fret level beam.
Yeah.
Crazy Cook and Hip Metal Works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have never done a refret. I'm not sure if I want to.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to get into that.
Now that I've done probably about 4, I'd have to say probably the worst one was actually pulling the frets out of the Tanglewood.
So Terry, walk us through. Give us like a 2-minute thing of basically like the first time you're going to do frets, what you're going to encounter, because I've never done it, but I'm curious. And I have 2 necks that are, the frets are shot anyway, and one of the necks isn't that important, so I'd be willing to risk it.
That's true.
Lawrence brings up the biggest point of all. Secret to clean fret removal is heat. Soldering iron pressing against the fret wire for about 15 seconds prior to pulling. Exactly, because frets are usually installed with some type of adhesive.
Mm.
Sometimes it's wood glue, and in the extreme cases, it is super glue.
Cyan acrylate, man.
And as soon as if it's super glue, it is one hell of a time, even no matter how much you heat a fret up to the point where you're actually burning.
Well, because it doesn't stay as like an epoxy or a paste. Super glue crystallizes. That's why.
Yeah.
You know, they use super glue to, when you go to the hospital, if they can't put stitches in and they do what they call a liquid stitch,
yeah,
it's just rebranded super glue. I've talked to many ER nurses, and they're like, yeah, dude, it's just super glue. It's basically, it's actually Gorilla Glue is who they buy it from. It's super strength super glue. That's all it is. If you get a big, curved gouge and they can't put, stitches in it, they'll just super glue that puppy.
So basically, yeah, your biggest issue, first of all, is getting the fret out. And again, you run into the twofold problem. One, the glue or whatever that they're using to keep the fret in place, if they do so. Some people do them without it. And then the second part of all is the fret itself and the fret material. If it's a really bad, crappy metal that they've used to make the fret out of, you are so screwed, and you have a very high chance at dinging up the fretboard and digging into the fretboard, having to get it out that way.
Michael B., yes, I've done it. I've cut my finger playing, and I just glued over the cut. Or you blow it a callus, just glue the callus back in place.
I filled holes with super glue.
Yep.
So beyond that, then it's just simply a matter of the material and trying to make sure that the fretboard surface has the integrity still. So if you pull out chips here and there, you should try to recover them and then use like a super glue or some type of adhesive to put it back into place. Or if you run out of it, then if you have if it's maple, then it's easy, because then you can get maple and make a dust and fill in the holes that way. And in the case of rosewood, that's when it gets a little bit more complicated, when it's rosewood or ebony. Ebony is a very hard one. Ryan Bruce, aka Fluff, if you go and you look on one of his channels, look on one of his back videos, he's got one where one of his RD Customs had to get a refret, and he sent it to the guy who now works for a different company, but it was his guitar guy. And literally the frets on this RD were literally almost flat with the ebony.
Wow.
What's wrong with that?
And
I see nothing wrong with that.
It literally was a fretless wonder, and the guy had to actually try to take the frets out, and he actually dug up a fair amount.
The key to remember, Terry, fret height is like Brill cream. Just a dabble, do you?
See, I can't quite go as low as you on the frets, and I'm thinking about with my Strat, my 69, if I should start saving the money and get it refretted, because I'm not going to try that as my first one, but the frets are literally painted on. They're like, isn't that how your belly is?
Yeah, just silver Sharpie. Yeah. Maybe 2 passes with the silver
they're
Sharpie.
Literally painted on. And I'm like, but the thing is, to make it playable, because they're that low, I have to crank the action up, No,
you don't.
You know what you can do with that? You just simply solve the neck to Ben.
That's always
it's perfect for Ben.
There's like another 10 years of playing on this thing. What are you talking about?
But and the other thing, which is I guess controversial, is
Warren says go tall or go home. Jumbles only here. Yeah, but you're good.
If I get it refretted though, I'm probably gonna. I talked to someone and they said the best thing to do, especially with an older neck, is they said don't get the fingerboard planed. They said have them put on jumbo frets and put the radius into the frets if you want to.
Exactly.
And I think that's the way I'm going to go, because I don't want to mess up the fingerboard, but I can't get.
No, because once you shave that down to 9, 10, you can't go back.
Plus, to get it to look to match, if you were to shave that down raw, to match the rest of the, worn finish on the neck the way it looks now would look weird. What's up, Terry?
So, anyways, yeah. So this was my first fret job on a bound fingerboard.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it exactly perfect.
Eastbound or westbound?
Either way, it was down. It was either east or west, but then it was down.
I'm trying to show this as best as possible, but these are Dunlop Jumbos.
I can help.
Looks good.
There
you go.
These are 00s.
Excuse me.
And it was a pain. It was a pain in the butt to do, but I was able to do it.
Why am I soloing Tom? There we go. But, I know how to press buttons.
Yeah, these are Jumbos. So these are the Dunlop 6100s.
Yeah, so you give me that fretboard, Terry, and I would just get the old radius block out, right? And I would just ease those frets down to about half the height they're at. And
Terry, I love the white on white though. I knew you had the black one. I didn't know you had a white on white too.
Yeah.
Something about white on white triple humbucker. That thing screams, dude. That looks awesome.
Yeah, and then I did the whitewash.
I like that. I saw that on the back. Yeah, you could see the grain. It's cool.
That's what I said. This guitar was like really
good.
Interesting how it came out in the end.
Now, what color was that when you got it?
All white.
Oh, okay.
It was all similar white to this, except the white on the front was like totally like it was yellow.
Hey, Mike Davids.
Oh, I dig the it looks Arctic white from here. It looks really like it.
Yeah,
really
this
pops.
is believe it or not, this is Rust-Oleum bright white.
I've used spray cans in the past and had a lot of success.
So it's Rust-Oleum white, and the white for the rest of the body and neck is salmon wipe on water dye.
Crazy Cook's asking the manufacturer that. That's your Tanglewood?
Yes, this is a Tanglewood.
I like that.
United Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's similar to J Terser,
except it's thicker. First of all,
yeah, it is.
I'll tell you what,
thicker.
That guitar also shows you that you can make something that is a little more affordable, and it doesn't have to have a horrible looking headstock. That's got a really nice looking headstock, and I like the logo too. We've got a nice logo.
Yeah, these guitars on average.
Yeah, it's kind of a Collings type. It reminds me of.
It actually looks super high end the way they did that. Yeah.
Yep.
So what would one of those, if you didn't I know you modded it and stuff, but what would it brand new, if you were to go in the store and buy it? Do you know what they run roughly?
They go for on an average. They still do make these.
Okay.
I think they do make a 2 pickup version, and I think they're around 500.
See, that's crazy. Ben, think about it, or all three of us.
That's cheaper than school.
There's no way you could buy a set neck,
Oh, I know.
LP style guitar for that kind of price years ago.
And be playable.
There's no way.
Okay, so I'm seeing in the chat, it looks like Jasko has some wiring issues, and he's a plumber, and electricity and water never mix.
Yeah.
I learned that from Homes on Homes, Tom.
So the interesting thing,
because the OG series back when it was just a half-hour show, the original Homes on Homes, they had a great plumber. He was cracking me up all the time, and the electrician would be working on it. He's like, "Hey, water and electricity don't mix. Water and fire don't mix. Go away." Somebody mentioned earlier, Seymour Duncan has a bunch of wiring schematics on their website, which help.
Yep.
And then other people. All right, see you, Sandra. Dang it.
The interesting thing about this is what you had pointed out, Tom, was the thickness. Now, the interesting thing was when I traded away my Greco Les Paul to my friend who lives 5 blocks away.
Those are nice.
I traded that away, and you can see that on my channel, but I traded that away for an Epiphone LP Gold Top.
Okay.
that he had worked around on, but it was still almost factory. And my Marshall Origin
she's
20
factory.
head.
Oh, nice.
What's up, Rob?
So, and when you mentioned about the thickness thing, I threw up the gold top on sale on our local Kijiji.
And that's like, would be like Craigslist here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, interestingly enough, one guy I did a deal with before, he had this.
Oh,
available.
Wow. Nice.
So I said to him, I said, would you be interested in trading the Epiphone Gold Top for this? And he said, yeah. So when I was comparing the two guitars, it's like you were saying. The thing I instantly noticed the difference between this and the Epiphone, which was a 2012? Yeah, 2012. This is actually an 08 or 09. I think it's probably an 09 model of this Tanglewood.
What's up, Eric?
TSB C58 was the thickness. This body was actually thicker than the Epiphone body.
Wow.
So
not much,
and this, yeah, I mean it's probably
that has like, more of that like real Les Paul weight to it. That one.
Yeah.
I'm almost saying that might be a skosh thicker than a Les Paul, Terry.
Yeah.
I think it might be just not like half the width of the one binding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like an eighth
like
of an inch.
An eighth of an inch.
Even. Yeah. I see that too. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say, yeah, we got Rob from Tesi Switch here. Great to see you, Rob, here. Will you go back together, or are we just not doing that tonight? Yeah, see that?
Yeah, definitely.
That's thinner.
Definitely thinner.
And that's
but still not as thin as this
I
one.
I love the black though with the P90s. Reminds me of Jeff Beck.
That's how you know this one's good.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's why I always say, look at the output jack. You know, they're universal for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucker goes. It only goes up to the binding. It doesn't go up to the very top of the guitar, but it does go right to the back, like past the curve. Actually, it actually is a slightly obtuse. There's Brad Guitar Miller, lurking probably. Oh, well, now we got this one
in and out. But
it's funny. Out of the three, like I guess you could say, LP style, like single cut 200 fixed bridge guitars I have. Only one of them is made by Gibson, and it was the least expensive of the three. That's the funny thing. Although I'm kind of been digging on lately. I don't know if I told you, Terry, or told you, Ben, but the replica Les Paul I have that was made out of old wood and stuff was made actually by Big D Guitars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's who originally made it.
Oh, wow.
I bought it through the My Les Paul forum. So someone had they had to have surgery on their dog or something a couple of years ago, and I ended up getting it. I think I only paid like $1,700 or $1,800 for it, but it's all like old growth mahogany and stuff, which I'm not one of those believers in wood sounding better or something, but you know, old wood sounding better. The fact that it's light though is what I like. I think it only weighs like 8 pounds, 2 ounces, I think. And that's, you know, not chambered or anything solid. It's just, that's the one thing I like about old wood is you can get a light piece sometimes.
Well, Derek built them so good that Gibson sent him a cease and desist letter.
I at one point, I'm glad I didn't sell it, but at one point I was going to sell it. And every time I tried to put it up, it looked so much like an old Gibson custom shop that it would get taken down every time.
See, Dogman's going old school. He just said, I put an XLR on my custom. Pull that out. I've seen that. Not by anybody my age, but I've seen it. That's old school.
Yeah. I've seen those too.
The old timers would say, back in my day, I just use an XLR. Not one of these newfangled locking 1/4-inch jacks. I'm not sure what it's done.
Oh, that threw me off once. So I got a product that had one of the locking things on, and I'm like,
just let go. Why won't you let go?
Like, what's going on?
Gorilla.
Although I've had that horrible thing happen to me. I've blown a transformer because a cable came out. It was a Fender combo amp, and how they had the removable jacks. It was an original. It was a Vibrolux reverb, like a late, I think it was a 67 or 68 Vibrolux reverb. And it was, silver face, but black line. So it was the first iteration of it. And the plug in the back going to, just the 2 10-inch speakers came loose. Transformer just blew, just
consider it done, robot.
Yeah.
Hey, Preston
Smith.
He's like, hey, Foods.
Hey, Foods. Bottle of milk balm rip. Oh, you got to get one of those milky rips. Got to get a good milky rip.
Yep, that was a good one. Oh, yeah. There it is. Yep.
Yeah, I would check those either like Seymour Duncan, or they have it. I think DeMarcio has some stuff too. Or there's a couple websites that list every manufacturer's pin out, because so many of them switch around the red and the green, or even the white and the black, depending on the manufacturer. And I know they're all different pretty much.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Like, especially with the Asians that do the cloned pickups, sometimes they totally do it really bass-ackwards. Like, one of them, I think it was like, it had 3 wires coming off of it. It had a black, a white, and a green. And so somehow the active wire to use to connect to the pot was actually the green.
Sure. That's unique.
So it's like okay, so, and then the
just doesn't feel right.
Were grounds.
Jeff Case, think about going HSS on a Strat? Sure. I hear a helicopter outside. That's interesting.
I think at all the times I've looked at different wiring for guitars, and then I think about all the times I didn't use those options once they were in a guitar. I think the most used by people are when they wire them to like a 3-way, a 5-way, or something where all you got to do is flick into the position. This is just me personally. Like, if I got to pull something and forget it, I won't even think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
nice. Jack's got some vanilla frosting out of California. Nice.
Yeah, the biggest problem I had with that was because the way they had it wired, they had it wired with one of those import 3-way toggles, so it had like the 6-point thing.
Yep.
And then the way they had the wiring on that Tanglewood, they actually had the wire that would normally go to a pot, they had it running all the way up to the 3-way toggle. And then a wire coming from the 3-way toggle down through, and then there's actually only one wire that connected to the output jack. So it was a really macabre wiring. And I didn't like the fact that there was no tone adjustment, no volume adjustment for all 3 pickups. So
I hate wiring. Ooh. Done it for 25 years and I hate it. Hated it then, hate it now.
Yeah.
I like when it works. That's about it.
Yeah.
I still remember that, like, I think it was first day, because I joined electronics class 2 weeks late in grade 9. And so the first day of electronics class, teacher's like, so, you're here 2 weeks in, you've missed a lot, you got to catch up. Why are you here? I'm like, I want to learn how to fix my own gear. He's like, what kind of gear? I'm like patch cables, pedal lip that's broken. He's guitar player. I'm like, yeah, because you're 14. He's like, right on, you're in the right place. I'm like, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That became a very influential teacher in high school, to the point one of the few reasons I stuck around in high school was because of him.
Preston Smith, do pickup covers affect the sound much? Depending on who you ask, but from what most of the videos I've seen, actually little to none.
Yep.
I don't think it's anything you can't fix with EQ.
Oh, yeah. Well, everything you can. That's the big thing, right? Yes, uncovered pickups are brighter.
I mean,
how much brighter?
BT Rich 581 said he put a series parallel on his 4-way on his telly. That makes sense to me. But when you're talking about things that make incremental tone changes in EQ, why not just do that at the amp or on a pedal or I mean, to each their own. I think you're just, when you put too much crap in there between the pickup and the output, you got too much that can go wrong,
But yeah, like Ben said, ultimately the pickup cover mostly takes away from the upper frequency range, like the really, really upper frequency range. That's better.
Well, I mean, here's my thought on wiring. I'll explain to you just simply this is why I think this. So this was completely different. This was like not this color and not anything. Hold on, let me take this off. When I got it, it didn't even have the same.
What color is that, Tom? It's this color. Really? That color, right? What color? It's that color. Okay. So I was like, what color?
It's this color.
Nice. It's one of my favorite colors.
So it was SSH and it was Sunburst. But the only thing, I mean, I rarely even use a tone knob, but volume knob is just a regular volume knob. It's a speed knob. But the tone knob, I put a push-pull on that splits this to a single coil. That's all it does. I rarely use that. But I'll tell you what I do use. If this is in the bridge, it's humbucker. If I go to the second position, it's both humbuckers together. If I go to, it's both single coils. They're both split single coils right there. If I go here, both humbuckers. If I go there, it's neck humbucker. If I'm in the bridge and I go the whole way up, it's neck single coil. Okay. And I'll tell you what I use the most: bridge and neck single coil. I rarely use anything else. Nice. That's why I think
Lawrence, have a great night, my friend. Thanks again for coming on last night.
That's kind of a waste,
Dang it. Where'd that thought go? It was there just a moment ago.
We'll see. Your thought got lost in the bong, I think.
No, it was right there. I was just waiting.
Guitar for Stoner TV.
So, yes, we'll go a few more minutes. We'll take her to the bottom of the hour here, folks. What the hell was it?
See, we got. Oh, that looks cool.
Maybe it was something in here that'll remind me in the chat.
Oh, I like that one. There you go. I'll put my living room back.
Totally my own thought or something, apparently.
Got lost in the ball.
Yep. She gone. Hey, Mojo67. Hello and welcome. I have a Framus Panthera Studio Pro. Awesome. It's an HSH. It has a lead bypass circuit, which just roars when you switch to it. Least resistance, very hot. Yeah, likely probably just direct output right to the output. I dig it.
Yeah, I think they call that like a blower switch or something like that.
Yeah, blower switch or direct out.
Yeah.
Bypass.
Yeah, I always heard it called a blower switch.
I know I was going to mention, yes, teaser. Because I got a couple Stratocaster-shaped objects that are coming across the bench in upcoming things. Oh. So one of the things I'm doing, for some people that don't like the position of the volume knob on the Strat, we're just going to eliminate one of the tone knobs. We'll do one volume, one tone. We're just going to ease everything down, and then we'll just throw a Tesi switch right in there. Nice. So it's right there. Think of pinky kill.
That would actually work really nicely.
That's what I'm thinking. So that's
pinky kill. That can be your band. You got to get a gig opening for Bikini Kill. Pinky Kill opens for Bikini Kill tonight at wherever. That's your new band, Pinky Kill.
I said pinky.
Pinky Kill.
Rock it with my pinky out using Master 8 picks. Yeah.
Hey, well, never mind.
Milt says to play the sax again. Oh, dude. That was pre-game before you showed up, Milt. Oh.
Yeah, I'll say this much in regards to wiring. I also am not a fan of push and pull knobs.
Tom's just wailing on that solo.
For any...
now that was a sax solo.
I'm not a fan of push-pull knobs or any type of thing like that. I like it's just
I like push better than push-pull.
But how do you know where you are?
Well, I only hit it once.
But then what if you turn all your stuff, I'll put your gear away and then you plug it back in?
Well, then
is it that much of a difference that you know where you are?
You just... Oh, there's the other one. Yep, and then back again at most.
In my case, though, it's mainly because, like what one person was saying here in the side chat, a lot of these coil tap, coil split things, they change the tone of the pickup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can I just say something too that's going to blow people's minds that don't think about this kind of stuff? Do you realize that the only thing the humbucker is doing is getting rid of the hum? Humbucker does not mean it's a high gain distortion pickup, in case people don't get into electronics. Now, I'm sure 90% of you in this audience know this is just common knowledge, but I've played a 10K single coil pickup, you know, and played Van Halen on it, and it sounded fine. You know what I mean? Like,
it's going to be a little noisier.
Yeah. It actually is more articulate, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a strong believer that when Eddie had that 180K pickup that was messed up, the broken JB, I think he was actually getting more of a single coil sound, because if you listen to that stuff, it doesn't sound like his other tone.
Right.
You know, the live stuff where he's playing the 5150 guitar. Listen to Live Without a Net. It's a really clean sound. It really is.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the reading is specifically, but somebody did that as a challenge. They took a single coil and they
up on readings. Just play it. Just go for the pickup sound. Don't worry about the details. If it sounds good, use it.
Exactly, 100%.
Speaking of which, I forgot to say 3 words during last night's show, and Lawrence isn't even here anymore.
I love you too, man.
To discover, you know, should I get a Lawrence pedal? Should I not get 3 words, Tom? Treat yourself.
There you go.
That's it.
Treat yourself.
3 words. Then same as pickups. You hear a good sounding set of pickup? Treat yourself.
I do. Okay. I don't understand. This is just personally, so don't take any offense to anyone to this, but I don't understand someone that will spend $300 on a pedal, but especially if they only play 1 main guitar or 2 main guitars, think $200 or $300 is too much for a set of pickups. And I'm like, but you use the pickups every time you play the guitar, every single time you play it. Or people that don't want to spend money on speakers. I'm like, are you kidding me? Speakers are about 80 or 90% of your sound. If you've never messed around with different speaker cabinets, do yourself a favor. I would rather have a 5-watt solid state amp through a nice 412 than a Marshall 100-watt head through
Radio Shack
10-watt Radio Shack speakers. You know, think about it. You know, like, speakers are way more important than amps, and I think a lot of people don't think about that.
Before I forget, and I forgot to write it down. I'm pretty sure if it isn't, and I haven't seen him in the chat, but he can leave a comment if he's catching it on replay. I think I got this. See, I got to match up emails to screen names in YouTube. It's not easy because I don't want. He's one of those dudes that I'm pretty sure this is who it is, but his email is a much longer version of what I'm going to say. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I agree with what the dog pot said. The last push-pull pot I did was when someone wouldn't pass the ball.
Nice.
That's good.
The reason I prefer push, Tom, and it can go up or down. You know, it could latch. You know, that's fine. I don't know. Tesi could help with that, I'm sure. But the problem with the push-pull is, and it's happened twice to me, is I went to pull, and then I end up with a tone knob in my hand.
Yeah. I got you.
A hassle.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at it, and you're like, I don't know.
Well, here's the other thing, too. Have you ever seen the ridiculously expensive Jimmy Page Les Pauls where both volumes and both tones were push-pull?
Yeah.
So you're going to ride your guitar with full 4 knobs pulled out?
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
Like you're going to use it with 4 knobs pulled out? Like, I don't get why they would do that. Like,
okay. There we go. Lawrence, 3 words when describing treat yourself. But apparently, starting in July 1, Canada Day, ironically, VAT starts in Europe.
Wow.
So expect that, my European friends. But yeah, I'm sure you're aware. If it's happening with Lawrence, I'm sure it's happening with everybody.
VAT isn't it like 17%?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Reverb will start
when I
charging
lived in England, it was
Europe
17.
starting July 1st.
Yeah, short period of time I lived in England, it was 17%. But I would have to pay it, and then when I left, when I moved back, I got like $4,000 or $5,000 because I got all my VAT back. That was cool.
Here we are. So I do want to thank the patron. Dang it. The Patreons on Patreon? Nope. The other way around.
Patreon.
Yeah, the Patreons on Patreon. Perfect. You can go there, join up. Helps a bunch. Helps do the show. You get a shout out every week. So, from the bottom to the top, because that's where we're going to help you skelter. We've got newest patron? Yes, right. CJ, welcome. Excuse me. We've got Paul McNary. We've got Johnny. We've got Charles Green, Keith H, Mickey Settlemeyer, Josie, Absolute Mayhem, Charles 75N, Brad Guitar Miller, Knucklehead Zero, unfucking believable, Jose Benito, Martinez Jr., Cousin, Todd Flowers, Blackjack Guitar, who's no longer a nut, he's reformed. Who else we got? Craig Tomlinson. I was going to say Craig T. Nelson. He's not Craig T. Nelson, if you're watching, you should be
Mine didn't renew for some reason. I had to just renew it now.
Oh. Welcome to the road crew, Tom.
I think because I changed bank cards. I had my card top, so I had to switch bank cards.
John, ZD351. Yep, been there. Grumpy Mike Guitar. Fruitcake Tony, this Saturday night. Big Shoe.
That's
JP
right.
Page 2. Bent Tom. And there we are.
Nice.
Thank you,
I thought that
Charles.
was weird.
75N. Because Ben.
Thanks, Charles.
On the screen. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Nice. You're gonna have to keep us apprised of those plants you got there. The pictures you showed us, man. Keep us apprised of their growth.
Will do. And there we go. Yes, you can also become a channel member. That's the easiest way. Is just join right there. They take a little bit more of a cut than the Patreon. They don't take as much. But actually, the Patreon money usually ends up going to people like Tesi Switch because I get that in U.S. funds. So I just leave that in the PayPal as U.S. funds.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. Mojo 67.
Actually, we may have just unlocked new emojis. That might have put us to 30 channel members.
Oh.
Which, by unlocking new emojis, means Ben's got to find some new emojis to put in there.
I still love this one, though. I got to love that mod. And, of course, got these ones. Please send money to Ben's. There you go. Exactly.
Mojo 67 says Eastman SB59 with Duncan.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm thinking Rob is. Oh, hey, Sess. Good to see you.
Hey,
We're
Amanda.
wrapping up. Yes, I think Rob is waiting for a piece of kit to arrive into his hands before he sends me the latest invoice.
Oh, cool.
It's got all kinds of stuff there. Yeah.
Good
All
stuff.
kinds of stuff.
Scott Brockway to Amanda Combs. Hello, nurse.
I think you might be right there, Robot Max Switch. We may have to go for the glass saxophone emoji. That can be done.
Oh, thanks, Dog Paul. I'll send that right over to you.
I was going to.
Exactly.
Oh.
What was I going to say? I was going to renew. Yeah, there's a couple of like musical note. We can get rid of that. We'll just do some. Aha! I was right. See, I knew you're on top of things, Rob. I know.
Oh, thanks to Amanda. I also know the difference between frosting and icing. I didn't before, though.
The difference between frosting and icing?
Yeah.
I should know this.
One's frosty, one's icy.
Exactly.
I guess you could kind of say that's part of it.
Sugar used, I think.
Well, icing.
I think it has more to do with icing. Icing is more. I think it's made with powdered sugar, and it's like smooth, like on a black and white cookie. How you get the smooth icing.
Yes.
And why am I blanking now? Frosting, if I could think of the other word. Frosting is more fluffy, and it's usually made with sugar and like some sort of
I think
what do you
like
call
egg
it?
or something.
Yeah, some sort of emulsifier. Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word I was trying to think of.
Could be the butter content, considering icing doesn't have
Yeah.
butter in it. So
Yes.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Icing has
Icing
milk in
has
it.
milk in
It's
it.
water.
Unbelievable. Canucks
say that.
with
What's up?
frosting and icing.
Ooh. Great. You want to shove on your shave?
Yes.
Kyan wants to show you his shave.
Nice
There you have it.
job.
Hang on.
Sit down. They're going to feature you. Ready?
Ready.
Here, let's move
Looking.
this.
Let's see
Looking
that.
Okay, let me full screen it. I'm going to full screen it, Kai. Hold on. Put this down. Okay, go ahead. Stand right here. Bend down a little bit. Right there.
Look
Turn to
at
the side.
that.
It's a fresh shave.
Nice.
Do you want to say hi to anybody?
Hi.
Hey, buddy. Here,
Great.
I'll put all
Hi,
of us on.
Ben. Hi, Terry. G. 3 Gs.
Hi.
Do you think you should be Terry 3 Gs or Terry like a million Gs?
Terry like a million Gs.
All right. Are you all done?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to say bye or you want to hang out?
Bye.
Okay.
See you, Kyan. Love
Yeah,
you.
Sure.
See ya, Cayenne 5Gs.
No, you can't put Terry. You can't just put Terry 1 million Gs. It's got to be Terry like 1 million Gs.
Like 1 million Gs. Yeah.
Like 1 million Gs. I love it.
He was the main thing he was really coming for was at the very end. You missed it. He goes, "Can I have some dessert?"
Probably heard us talking about icing.
Yeah. That kid does not miss dessert. He never misses. And if you told him there was lunch and breakfast dessert, he'd eat it too. Man after my own heart. He's just like, all right, when's dessert?
That reminds me of a certain niece that was over today who had, I'm just going to say, she's 7, but ate the same size portion her grandfather had today.
Nice.
And then had dessert.
Wow. Growing kid, yeah.
Yeah, she had a plate of pierogies and then had seconds of pierogies.
Wow.
Ooh.
And then an ice cream cone for dessert.
I'm always jealous because when you're 7, you could just, eat all that and wake up the next day and feel 100%.
Yeah. As soon as you hit 40, that changes and you start having the.
I remember
food
drinking like a
hangovers.
2-liter of like Jolt Cola and like 5 candy bars and waking up the next day and like running a mile, like feeling great. Like, I feel sick for 2 days if I did that now.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy, but that's good. She's got a good, healthy appetite.
Yep. Yeah, hollow leg, like her uncle.
Hollow leg. That's what he used to say. He used to say it to my son.
I've been called that
Hollow legs.
my whole life.
Anyone that eats a lot that's skinny. Yeah.
Where does it go? I don't know. Energy? Life? So, yes. On that note, Terry, any parting words tonight, sir?
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks again for people that are checking out my channel and my videos. I am trying to do that more again.
Cool.
Let's line up the computer, Ben, at the end of the show. Yeah. Yeah, check out Terry's channel. He's live when he's live, and he uploads every time he uploads.
Perfect.
Yep. Thomas, any added words? What words you can get out? Actually, your voice just finally started sounding better in the last 5-10 minutes. I think it's like huge vaping.
If I use, well, seriously, it opens up your bronchioles, so maybe it did, but I don't know. I guess just, if you have anyone in your immediate circle, whether that means friends or family or anyone, and they do have or have had any mental health issues in the past, or if you have them yourself, it's not shameful. I have them myself. A lot of them.
Yeah.
And, get the help you need, because I've lost friends myself, and there's, too many people. I mean, they lost, 5 children in 1 year and 1 teacher in my son's school. So it's too many people,
Yeah, that's
So not to be negative, but seriously, just you'd be surprised how much it helps if you just call someone up even and just talk to them and just tell
well,
them
that's
how
one
you
of the
feel.
great things with this community. Hey,
100%.
Captain Smith. Happy
100%.
belated birthday, Captain.
What's up, Captain? Hello.
Yes.
I would have done it better, but my throat doesn't really allow.
Well, then again,
Anyway,
you got a
that's
bit
all
of that Captain rasp there.
Hello. Man,
Actually,
no one's
he
the
should
captain,
be
though. He's got that
conductor
light in his
Michael Smith.
eyes, man. Yeah, he's just
He
got so
could
much.
be a conductor. Nah, he's always the captain.
I love the captain.
What mode of transportation?
The captain has the biggest heart of anyone I think I've ever come across. He's just the sweetest guy.
He's a
Preston
sweet
Smith's birthday on Thursday. I have a doctor's appointment for this on Thursday.
Well, happy future birthday to Preston Smith.
Yeah.
I want to thank
29 again,
everybody.
Preston?
What's that?
I said 29 again, Preston.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I just keep having those annual 29th birthdays. I don't know. We're coming up on the 20th annual soon enough. So that'll be a fun one. So, yes, coming up this week, I got to shoot a demo for Wednesday. Don't know what's going on with that. We got NAS Canucks with me and Doug tomorrow night. Nez says Cameron Cooper.
Oh, cool.
I want to say yes. I was like, or is it Cameron Brown?
You were going to say, you weren't sure if you were going to say Brown.
I'm like, I know we have a Cameron on. It's like the Corys in the 80s.
I think if your name's Cameron, you're just amazing at guitar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Cameron Cooper. 8 p.m. on Wednesday, and over on Nez Says, myself, Ty Price, and myself. Why? I'm not on twice. I barely have the bandwidth to be on once. What else we got coming up this week? This Friday. Oh, new thing on the bench this Friday. Not a Flashback Friday episode. Where is it? Nope. Yeah. No. You'll dig it though. It's we're gonna see if we want to fix this guitar or not the right way, and you guys can choose.
Oh, I hope it's the wrong way.
It's pretty straightforward on that one.
The outside painting video is still my favorite. Number one, absolute number one video.
I was thinking, I came up with an idea on that. I might do something with that.
So good. Just the foot attire and everything, and like the way you hung it on there. It's like that's exactly what I would do. Like some janky thing hanging outside, like that'll do. You know.
Yeah. The only thing better would have been if Dad was mowing the lawn and I'm down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll often paint stuff outside on a windy day. I'm like, why did I get a mosquito on the paint job? It's a windy day, but come on.
Canada, because Canada.
Yeah, that'd be great. Like,
so another action-packed week here on the channel. If you're new, please subscribe. Again, thanks everybody that tuned in tonight. Thanks that contributed, channel members, patrons, Mod Squad, #Mod Squad.
What's up, Dale?
Those new subscribers, returning subscribers. Some of you have been around for years, and you still come back somehow, some way. Sure. As always, hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you. It's always a guy. Well, this week, let her in. Let her in. She's probably got more important stuff to do than the guy anyway. The guy, he wants coffee, whereas she's trying to save the world. So let her in line.
The guy's on the clock just taking his time. She's got 5 kids, and she's on her way to work.
Right,
let her
because yeah, exactly. So let her in line traffic. Be good to each other. Doug's wife's real. That's why.
Amanda said, yes, she does. She knows.
Yeah.
She's got a lot. The woman you're letting in has a lot more to do than the guy you're going to let in.
Hell yeah. Trip him, let her in. Yep.
There you go, Preston. Or smash right through the door. BC Rich. Yeah, you got it.
Or you could be like the guy, what was that, on High Fidelity, except you're holding the door. You'd be like, fuck you. You're cool. Come on in. Fuck you. All of a sudden, yeah, you're running security on the on-ramp. Perfect. So, yeah, be good to each other. Have fun. Chase that tone. Links to cool stuff down below. Just saying.
Do it now.
Do it now. It's not a tool.
Do it
now. You think I know how to end these things?
Captain. Coming through.
All right. Well, what was it doing? Oh, yes. We'll put that up there and then see how this works.
No.
So can I do that? Thank you again, Michael Smith. Yeah, just be cool, man. Just be cool. Where is the outro? Is that the outro? I don't know. Hey, look, I can leave the super chat up here, and I can even talk during the ending. So thanks for coming out tonight, folks. This was really cool. And let's do it again next week. Cheers. Rock on. Boy.